This video I will show you how to do the room RH T control with cooling coil and heater. Here show you the background knowledge. Supply fan. This is a schematic control schematic cooling coil. So when we install a coil temperature sensor and the supplier temperature sensor. Heater is after the supplier fan. Here room there will be RH T sensor. This valve control the off-coil temperature. This is a chill water valve. Heater will control the supply temperature and the room temperature. Okay, cooling coil. Cooling coil can control the temperature or RH. Both can control. Because the off-coil temperature depend on is determine the dew point temperature. So dew point, how much the dew point is will be result to the humidity, how much the humidity. So usually you based on the set point, humidity set point and the temperature set point, you can get the how much the dew point should be. Then this off-coil temperature should be meet the dew point set point. For RH control. Then the off-coil also definitely this can control the temperature. Off-coil temperature is lower, the room temperature will be drop. If the off-coil temperature high, the room temperature will increase. Okay, then the heater only can control the temperature only because heater only can heating right up the temperature or lower down the temperature only can control the temperature. It cannot control the RH because the heater cannot remove humidity, cannot remove the moisture in the supply air. So that's why if in our control logic, if we know if the heater will be on, if the heater start to control on, so I will use the heater to control the temperature and the cooling coil only control RH. So then, so heater plus cooling coil so control the temperature and RH both. Because each equipment only can control one parameter. No way to control the two parameter at the same time. So if the heater off, so cooling coil only can control the either RH or temperature. So if the heater off, the cooling coil only can control one parameter, RH or temperature. So it depends on what is the preferred to control. Okay, this background knowledge. So in this lesson, I will teach you how to do the PID configuration and how to write the control logic with the cooling coil and the heater to control the room humidity and the temperature. Here the DDC, so you open the configuration, the plugin, okay. Basically some parameter import parameter. So you will need a room temperature, room RH, Then also need a supply temperature of coil temperature. Then the HO status, then the heater status, heater high temp alarm or low flow alarm. This tool is to protect the heater. Okay. Uh, for temperature, so the NV type is the temp key. So you can double click then change the NV type when you configure the DDC input. So we choose the temp underscore P. Okay, temp underscore P. This I choose the level percent because I the percent like this is 85.3%. Then supply temperature of quantum or temperature. So or the NV type is the temper P. Here the sensor type based on what type you will be used. Okay. So 0 to 10 or 4 to 20 million or NTC 10 sensor. You choose the correct sensor type what you use. Then here, if you use the active the sensor, you should be like the temperature, you should be set the minimum and the maximum range. Normally, if you use the for room temperature sensor, the for active sensor will be range usually is the 0 to 50 degrees. So you should be this one. You should be check the sensor spec. What is this sensor range? Then here I will usually be set to set data. Must set one. Set point one or point one or point two. Okay. Other parameters for BMS. Use for BMS. This here is for alarm. If you need to generate alarm, high alarm or low alarm, set from here. So this alarm delete time. This alarm include. Okay. So basically, send data you should be set. Offset you should be calibrate the user for calibrate the temperature reading. Okay. So IH is 0 to 100. Okay. So here IH you can set send data you say 0.5 or 1%. Okay. Here you can set the 0.5 percentage send data. Others the same. Okay, set point the same, or you should be set for 1 or point 2 based on the sensor, whether the reading is stable or not. Okay, for this age status, digital status, or this is digital. So the sensor type is digital type. So digital type will use the usually now all use the switch type. Don't use for other two types. Occupancy usually for schedule we use the occupancy. So other purpose all you use the switch type. Level description is the older way. So currently no don't use all use the switch type. Okay. So this input. Then the output here already the output already the choose the valve and the heater. So it's valve command and then the SDR command. Okay. So the valve depends on SCR usually is 0 to 10 volt SCR. The valve, some valve is 2 to 10 volt, then you should just select the 2 to 10 volt valve. If so, based on the valve actuator is what type of actuator you select the actuator type, 2 to 10 volt or 0 to 20 milli or 4 to 20 or 0 to 10. Okay. So actuator is the 2 to 10 volt, then the feedback something here, the valve. Usually you will be have valve feedback because this valve feedback usually used to the monitor array, not used for control. So here I don't put. Okay. Then the SDR is the from the logic calculated the result. Okay, now see the logic. So this this logic is to work together to control the room RH. Okay, first is the coin control, the PID, the logic is the PID. So usually control one analog variable will use the PID to control. Use the valve to control the coin. So this the command, the result is used to valve command. Then show you how to configure the PID. So here you will be select the PID. Okay, normal, this is a normal PID. So with the PID you should be have this parameter to set. So first is the work variable you will be control this the reference variable. So this PID I control the coin temperature. So will be show coin temperature, this the coin temperature set point. Okay, then this you should be set the proportion band and the dead band both. The proportion of point temperature, so this proportion band and the dead band is the variable is the same as the of point. Also is always the temperature. So here should would be set 7 degree. The dead band is 0.4. This master state proportional band and the dead band. Dead band is control the accuracy. So 0.4 means the temperature will be controlled to the set point plus minus 0.2 degree, plus minus is a half, plus minus 0.2 degree. So I set the 0.4. So means like if the set point is 8 degree, so the off point it will be controlled between the 8.2 and 7.8, 7.8 to 8.2. You remember all in the real control you should be set the dead band, must have a dead band. Cannot control without dead band. This is impossible to control because the control system should be stable. No dead band, the control will be not stable. The proportion band depends on the control will be how fast. So large value will be control will be slower. The small value the control speed will be fast. But too fast will be over control. Over control will be cause the control not stable. But if the value is too large will be make the control speed too slow. So we don't, it's a not good control. Too fast or too slow, both not good. no good control. Should be used set appropriate value to make the control as fast as possible, but will not cause the fluctuation. Later, I will show you what is the poor the PID control. Okay, then here the output, maximum output, minimum output in master set. So the valve I usually will be 100 fully open. Then the whether need a fully closed depends on the application. Here I said 10%, so the valve will not fully closed. Still will be open 10%. But this one is changeable, depends on the case. This is a default output. Default output means when the PID is stopped. So this output will be 0. So PID stop. So the valve will be fully closed. So here is the 0. Okay. Here the step point output value because for off-point temperature usually cannot get any step point output because the step point usually will be changed. Because if you control the both RH and T, the step point will be cannot be fixed at one step point. The step point will be changed. So usually don't have a step point output value. So you leave it. This one is referred to valve output command, which one you will be linked to the. This is optional, but better you choose a link analog output AO. This valve output is here. Just I show you in the AO output. So here, this one. So here the ink logger, this is used to enable disable the PID. So valve control only the RH is running, then the valve can open, then to start control the off-point. If the RH stop, the valve should be fully closed. So when this stop, this output will be output, the default output is 0. So will be fully closed the valve. Okay, this is the integrate time. Integrate time how this integrate time is a short time the PID control will be fast. If the value is large, the PID will be control slow. So this depends on your actuator, how fast the actuator and how fast the off-point temperature will be changed. Some the actuator is valve is use a very slow actuator. So this integrate time should be used a large value. Otherwise, your command will be very fast. The actuator cannot follow your command. So this value should be matched with your actuator. Okay, here is very important. Here this choice is direct control or reverse control. Direct control means actuator and the variable control the direction. Means direct means variable. When the variable increase, your actuator also need to increase. So like the off point, if the off point temperature increase, so the valve should be open, right? If the off point temperature is dropped, valve should be closed. So this direction, so this move direction is the same. So the actuator follow the variable change direction. Variable increase, valve increase. Variable decrease, actuator also decrease. So this is the same direction. Then the reverse. Reverse means the actuator and the variable is the moving direction is the reverse. So like the heater, if for the heater, later I will show you the heater PID. The heater is the reverse control because usually heater control the temperature. If the temperature increase, the heater should be reduced upward. Only if the temperature is reduced, the heater should be increased the output. So variable and the heater, the moving direction is the reverse. So for heater, it should be choose the reverse. For cooling coil, should be choose the direct. So this is very important. You should be know when you configure the PID, you should be know the actuator and the variable the moving relation. Okay, this is a PID. So where this variable set usually will be in the constant. So you can see the off point. Okay, here. Okay, here the off point PB. This off point propulsion band, off point dead band. So here in the constant value, here off point temperature, off point propulsion band, the dead band. So the tab also should be used the same as the off point. So the temper P, also the temp underscore P. So here the minimum valve output, here the minimum valve output. So in the constant table, you will see the first tree is for the cooling coil control. Okay. Now I show you the heater PID. Heater control also use the PID. So heater, just now I show heater use the reverse. Other the setting is the same as the upcon one, but heater use the heater proportion band and the temperature dB, the room temperature, because heater control room temperature. So this is the room temperature set point. This room temperature dB. Here temperature proportion band and proportion dB in the constant table. So the heater will be outputted to 100 to 0. 100 you should be directly here. Here you can show the 100. Okay, so type 100. Here you should be 100%. Okay, 0 also in the pull down you will get a 0. Okay, this is the SDR command. So link to the here the node. So that's the SDR command. Okay, same. Heater have also have a disable enable the logic. This the logic is here. Let's I explain to you. Here you see here heater enable. Here heater enable here. So this integrate. Usually heater will be not very fast to change the temperature. Room temperature usually will be take a long time will be changed. Not will be will not very fast. So here that you see here the 300 seconds, 5 minutes long. So usually it be longer time. This way can adjustable based on your real the performance. You can change this value. Here just an example. Now I show you here the logic, the heat enable. You see heat enable. So here heater enable, you see when the heater can turn on. So only the AHU on. AHU on. If the AHU stop, heater cannot on. Another is the heater is power on. The heater states means heater power on. Then no alarm, no low flow alarm. So then the heater can turn on. You can control the heater. So this is the AND logic. AND, AND, AND. And not alarm, not harm. You see here not, then not. So here the not flag is on. Okay. So when heater can turn on means HU should be on, heater should be on, then no high temp alarm and no low flow alarm. Then heater can on. So this is heater enable logic. So this enable logic will be here enable the PID. If the heater is disabled, so the output will be to minimum. So this the default is 0. Should be SDR should be 0 output. Okay, here I have another two PID. This two PID is one is control the room temperature, another control room RH. This I use of point. Here I use the control the calculate the off coil set point. I just the off coil set point. I will give a off coil set point change the off coil set point. So here I will change the off coil set point. I have a limit of coil set point 8 degree and the lower of coil set point 8 degree, higher is of coil temperature. The set point is 17 degrees. So I use the PID to calculate the of coil set point demand. You can check the dew point. If the 8 degree dew point, the 70 if the 17 degree dew point, the RH will be how much? So I use the off coil to demand control will be limited the low of coil and the higher of coil. So this also will be limited the RH. So here I use the off coil. The PID is control the off coil temp, the set point to control the room temperature. So this the off coil. This the PID. The output is the off coil set point. So this off coil set point I will be for here. This off coil set point. So based on the room temperature, I will be calculate off coil set point. Then here the valve control the off coil temperature to the set point. So here the difference here. Here is the off coil set point. So here is the reverse. Because the this is the room temperature. Room temperature is high, it will be increased. Then what we should do? We should be decrease the off coil temperature, right? So For off coin, is the room temperature should be the moving direction should be reversed, not the same. So here use the reverse. So here also the propagation band dead band must have. Then of course the set point, the dead band is 0.6, so is a plus minus 0.3. Here I add a new PID. This is a PID tool. This is a new PID function. I add some feature, new feature. This is a pause one. Pause open, pause close, pause output. This is because when the heater is off, I mean one heater is on. So one heater on, the off coil is control the RH. So off coil will not control room anymore when the heater on. So when the heater on, so this PID can pause, cannot no need the function further. So I use this one. So here you see if CR on, so the PID will pause. Pause open and close both of pause, both direction will be paused. So only the SDR off, so heater not turn on, then this PID will be moving. Then when the SDR is on, then this the pulse output is use the RH control PID. Okay. Then another PID is the RH same. Because RH always will be moving, so here no need a pause, so here use a normal PID. Okay. So this also use the off point set point control the room RH. So the room RH, so here you see the RH propagation band RH dB because there's a control RH. So the propagation band and the dead band should be used with the RH propagation band and the RH dB. So the type should be same level percent, same as the RH. Then another RH set point. This depends on your application. Here example for example I set point is 60% the RH set point. Then the dead band I use the 6%, means plus minus 3%. So like this the RH will be controlled between the 67 to 63. This is the RH control range. Okay. So here very simple. So here have the 4 PIE. Okay. So heater always control the temperature, but here temperature you see the heater use the maximum T. Okay, where's the maximum T? Maximum T is here. Here have a supply temperature, the calculated value, another room temperature. Supply temperature is I use this one. I put the offset here is a -3. Okay, this logic is add. So I adjust the here I adjust the supply temperature. So means I reduce the supply temperature 3 degrees. That means then I use to control the temperature, use the maximum supply and the room temperature. So this purpose is This purpose I limit the supply the temperature. So when not blow the too warm air go to the room. Only higher the just higher the room set point. Just so this use this way to limit the supply temperature. Will not blow too higher temperature too higher temperature air go to the room. So here I just limit the 3 degrees means if the set point is 22 degrees, so the supply temperature will be reached maximum is limited at 25 degrees. So this I minus 3 degrees. So this the limit only the real supply temperature will be because the percent I will be controlled to the this is the maximum. So the heater the room set point is any value room set point usually I can set it on the other side. For example, 22. So if the room temperature standpoint 22, then supply temperature will be limited to 25. So when the heater on, the supply temperature will be not higher 25. So SCR control will be control the temperature, limit the supply temperature. This one can adjustable based on your application. You can make the higher for maybe -4 or -5. It's better, but don't make the too high. If you control the heater, don't limit the supply temperature. Usually the supply temperature will become very high if you don't limit it. Maybe the supply will be more than 40 degrees or 50 degrees, also very cold or very warm. The supplier go to the room. Then this way you will be person will feel not comfortable because you will be feel the very warm air blow. Okay, here our logic is the minimum. You see this two PID are the minimum. This purpose is used for when the heater is off. So the of coin will be control the both temperature and the RH. So I use the minimum one to use the real the of coin set point. Here the have of coin step selection. Here use the if here you see if heater is on, the off coin use the room RH control PID. This the PID the output is the set point of coin set point. If the I heater is off, then I use the minimum the output. This logic it choose the which of coin step point to use. So this of coin step point. So this real of coin step use in the this PID of coin PID. Okay, here. So you see the four PID. This PID control the use the valve to control of point. This filter is here control the room temperature. And this one is the use the room temperature. to control the off coil the set point. This use the loop RH to control the off coil set point. Then this use the get the minimum value, which one the off coil set point is lower. Then this one is the adjust the supply temperature. This logic. So this get the maximum temperature used by the heater PID into the heater PID use this maximum temperature. Okay, this heater enable this of point the set point selection. Here is the one is how to determine the SCR. SCR use the thermostat control. Thermostat control, you will see thermostat control is the SCR command and the set point. And that means when the SCR command higher than 5%, I think the heater is on. If the lower the 5, I think the SCR will be off. Here is the dead band. So always control has a dead band. You see that this band is 5%, 10%. So the real control is plus minus 5%. Means 5 plus 5 means 10%. Then minus 5 is 0. So means the SCR command higher than 10%. Then this logic will be on. If the SCI command lower reach to 0, then will be off. Okay, this is the thermostat control. Okay, thermostat control like this. For example, I do okay. Okay. Here the variable, for example, here is the output. Okay. Then for example, here is the set point. Here is the dead band. Okay. Okay, here I say is on. Okay, when value is increased over the set point, then will be on. So only so this the inside area is the dead band. So this is a DB. This area is a DB. So when the value is increased over the ST, then the output is on. Then when the value decrease, if the value decrease, will be not it will be should be lower than set point, then will be decrease. So in this step band, this is called thermostat control. So the value within this step band, the status will be not changed. Here is the off. Okay. So the value will be value drop over the set point, then the output will become to off. So the value within this step band, the output will be not changed. So this control will be so this make the control stable. So usually the value will be value between the set point the change on and off will be. So if don't have the damp bed, the control logic will be not stable, always on off on off. So use the with the dead band so make the control will be stable. So in this example, the set point is 5%, dead band is 10, so it's plus minus 5%. So like this, SP is 5%. So here is the 10% dead band. Okay, 5%. Here dead band is the 10%. Means here is the 10%. So this is 0. Okay. Maybe I can put here. Okay, you can reference this the logic to this the graphic. Here have the flag, the direction and the reverse same. So this the direction, maybe the value high, the set point is on. So in the reverse means the another direction. So the value lower the set point is on, then higher the set point is off. So another direction. The reverse direction is here is on to here to drop to low off. Then the value lower than set point, then will be on. So another control direction. Okay, this all the control logic used to control the RH and T. Okay, that's all.